Hey, listeners, it's a new month, and of course that means a new sponsor. This month we are sponsored by Inebri-art pens, and Zebra is serious about making the best pens possible, which means their ink lab team is always testing, innovating, and perfecting ink formulas. And if you want to see what they have to offer, you can go to zebrapen.com and check it out. They sent us a wide variety of pens, mechanical pencils, colored pencils, mechanical colored pencils that we're going to be giving away at our life drawing events the first Monday and third Wednesday of this month. And like I said, check out their website, zebrapens.com, and see what they have to offer. There's a lot of stuff there. There's a blog. There's an artist studio where you can check out some artwork. And there's a link that says Find Zen. So you can go to zebraartpens.com and find Zen as well as plenty of art supplies. Thanks for listening. Hello, welcome back, Inebri-arts. This is Andy, the Inebri-art podcast, and of course we're here with, what's your name again? I forgot.
Nigel.
Fish, right. So Fish, tell me what it is that you do.
I have one job.
One job.
What that job is tends to change every 15 to 20 minutes or so, depending on what we decide I need to be doing. I am the editor of the Inebri-art podcast. I handle all the recording duties. I handle as little of the talking duties as I can get away with.
So you're like the Inebri bitch.
I'm the other. I'm not the other guy because people see me, but I'm definitely the other guy.
The other guy. So this is the 2-year recap. I can't believe it's been 2 years.
I know. I can't believe we're at. God, when this goes up, like 90 episodes
something,
at that point.
Yeah,
depending on when we do this.
Wow. So,
yeah.
What have we done this past year? I feel like it's been a lot.
I don't know. I've been pretty chill. Just a lot of hanging around, a lot of editing, a lot of showing up when you tell me we're showing up places.
Yeah, and I've been all right about that. Not perfect.
No, but
I feel like I've told you most of the things you need to show up
I know.
for.
It's like I don't get texts saying, "Hey, where are you?" Except for that one time
when you were already there.
You asked me if I was there yet, and it's because you hadn't actually left
that's
your
right, because I wasn't there.
Like, I'm sitting there, and I'm there, mind you, with the person we're interviewing.
Wondering where I was.
It's like, we're sitting there, it's like, he's asking me if we're there. It's like, did we move recordings? Because I don't think so.
So, one thing that happened this year was, let me think. So it's been, July?
Yeah.
Winterfest was a huge part of this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Where essentially we had heard rumors since last summer that they were planning on a first night of some kind in Plymouth, and I was basically getting hey, you guys are going to be part of this. We're not sure what's going on. And then 3 weeks before the last week of 2017, we were asked to hold an art show. And in that 3-week time, we pulled together 178 pieces of art, 18 vendors, and 2 live musicians.
Yep.
And we got the official clearance that we were doing it
2 days before?
I believe it was 12 hours.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, yeah.
It was the Friday morning of drop-off.
2 days before.
Yeah.
We were told, okay, the day of. It's fine. We got this.
So,
thank God we don't believe in prep.
I'm very kind of a, shoot from the hip kind of person.
Yeah, but sometimes it's nice to actually have the gun out of the holster before you start firing.
Nah.
That's all I'm saying.
But all in all, I think it was probably one of the biggest events Inebri-art's ever done.
What do you mean one of?
I'm just kind of...
Right now, it flat out dwarfs anything else we've done, just on the sheer scale.
The number of art, the number of art we sold.
Yeah, we've never done that many pieces. We've never had vendors before.
That's true.
That was a whole new thing. It's, I think, our first time with bringing in musicians.
Yeah, and that was kind of a...
I mean, not counting the Christmas party, but that doesn't count at all. That was just that was private. That wasn't for anything.
Right, and that was kind of... Yeah, you're right.
It was just hey, let's hang out and let's make Rob Lozier play for us.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
And there were so many people. There must have been 1,000 people.
Oh, easy, yeah. Well, it's that whole Winterfest went, I think, about as well as it could have for everyone involved.
Pretty much. I mean, you're always going to run into issues no matter what kind of event you're running.
Yeah, and especially for the first one, and you're for something that was the ironing out the kinks run.
Yeah.
You know, because let's be honest, the one they're really planning on is 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or heck, even 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The weather was perfect. Like, I don't remember hearing any complaints from any of the businesses down there.
It was so funny, like, leading into it.
Yeah.
Like, the day before, I heard nothing but complaints. It's going to snow. It's freezing cold.
And it was, and it did.
And it did, but it was...
But it was...
Yeah, it was perfect. It was the right amount of snow.
It felt like the end of Charlie Brown.
Right.
It had that. It was like cinematic snow. It was perfect.
Right.
And when everyone left, it was gone.
And that was one of my highlights of last year, I think.
Yeah. It was the most... It was us going big time for the first time, and it was a... Like,
it was kind of an eye-opener. Been like, that we can pull that kind of thing off.
We had a lot more capacity than I think either one of us thought we did.
I feel like I kind of always felt like people take us more seriously than we do, and then after that event, maybe we don't take ourselves seriously enough.
Oh, we don't, but
Yeah.
I think that's almost kind of necessary for us.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Like with us with an ego is probably not great.
Well, there's a difference between ego and serious.
Yeah, I mean, but us, like, we need that kind of edge of absurdity, just because without it, we're kind of lost.
Then we get like anxious.
Yeah. If we're not, goofing off and mildly confused, then God forbid we know what we're doing.
So that was probably like the big thing. We expanded life drawing to twice a month.
Yep. So that's growing, which is good.
Yeah, and it's one of those. It's like you look at it and attendance is down when you look at one night, but when you look at both nights, you're like we've gained 10 people.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing where now you've got people who are showing up, once because they can. Mm-hmm. You've got people showing up twice a month because now it's an option.
Yep.
And it's nice because now you've got 2 nights to grow, and at the end of the night, I'd rather have 2 nights of 15 to 20 people to build off than 1 night of 25 to 30, because just on a scaling issue, in the space where we're using once you get past 20, 25 people, it gets really crowded and really... Mm-hmm.
And when we had that...
that 40 night, you're jamming people in, and it's like nobody wants that.
Right.
It's not a great look. It's a great look for us, but it's not necessarily what
it's not
people come
ideal.
Want. It's not. It's not an ideal.
You love the idea that many people taking part, but
at the same time, you're sitting there going, it's like at least 10, 15 of these people have crappy sight lines, and what's the point?
They're like, can you guys sit on each other's lap? Is that cool? Is that a problem?
Yeah, but that's unrelated to the whole sight lines thing.
Yeah.
It's just telling Jesse to get off the model.
And then we started doing. We took part in Art Week.
We did,
and started doing mug painting. The mug painting turned out to be a little bit of kind of a surprise thing. Yeah.
Well, it was again the usual kind of last minute, no real planning.
Our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I don't know. That had some planning involved.
Yeah, but at the same time, it is very much a fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we're building off something we did like 4 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like we did it, and it was huge, and we never wanted to do it again.
Yeah, well, it was a different situation.
It was a different situation. It was a very different crowd.
And we even learned from that one night. I think we were trying to control it too much that one night.
A little bit controlling too much, and a little bit of... I think we were trying to run it as a Cams and Cocktails kind of thing when it flows a lot better freeform.
Well, for our listeners, we were trying to run it very step by step. Yeah. Step 1, step 2, do this, do that.
Yeah.
And the mug painting definitely runs better as a, here's your mug, what paint would you like?
Oh, yeah.
Go do your thing, let me know if you need help.
Yeah, it's a lot more mellow. It's a lot more... It just kind of lets people go a lot more. And I don't know, it seems like giving people the option to just kind of go off on their own, they all seem to like it.
And that seems to be like the number one choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. We did that at Second Wind. We did then 2 days after that. We were asked to do it at Mayflower, so we did it at Mayflower, and now it looks like we may be doing it at Barrelhouse Z.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing maybe some more of those at different places. And we started doing some other events. Like last weekend, we were at Scaricon. I was at Scaricon.
Yeah,
you had to work.
The Royal We.
Yeah, the Royal We. The
I was at
Inebri-art was represented at Scaricon.
Yes, I was representing guy who had to work that weekend instead.
And that was very Winterfesty, and where there was this constant like feeling like being in over your head, but somehow making it work.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was fine. The whole weekend I was just doing my thing. And, like I never felt any kind of pressure.
All the bread got stocked.
Yeah, basically. Bread got stocked, put things on the shelf, took stuff off the shelf.
Well, so our podcasts have kind of all year long, the guests, and this isn't knocking anyone that we've had on, but have definitely taken a much more known, well-known level.
Moderately known.
Like we're stepping up the level of...
I'd say we're at that stage where,
Yeah.
some of our guests are popping up and it's...
We're getting people that are in... You may not know the person, but you know what they've done.
It's like I had never heard of Gains to Grass, but holy shit, I love Justified.
Right.
And I know the theme song to Justified, and it's like, oh, hey, it's them. This is cool.
And you may not know Jerome Blake by name,
but you've seen
he's been
him.
in Star Wars. He's been in Fifth
You've
Element.
seen movies he's been in, and you know stuff he's done.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got to record Dee Snider, which name, reputation, you know who Dee Snider is.
Yeah.
Even you do.
Yes, I know who Dee Snider is.
Yeah.
I love Flight of the Navigator, Andy.
I don't understand what that means.
Like the first 80s thing that he sees is like a Twisted Sister video.
Oh, really?
It is, yeah. Like he's
okay.
turning on the TV and it's like they're playing the
Dude,
video.
that was
for
a
We're Not
deep
Gonna
cut,
Take It.
man. Like,
I'm sorry. I love that movie.
yeah, so that was so surreal, and to be honest with you, going in to that, I was hoping to get one of the top people, and it was kind of like, realistically, I'm like, I'm not an idiot. I don't know if any of them are going to talk to me.
Yeah.
And then to come back to my table after being away at a panel, and
Dee Snider will be here in 10 minutes.
yeah, they're
Get
like,
ready.
Dee's going to be here in 10 minutes. I'm like, wait, what? They came to us? So that's a really weird thing. And Gangsta Grass's PR is reaching out to us to book other bands in the area. So I feel like we're... this might be a thing, Fish.
Yeah.
This whole podcasting thing, people might like podcasts.
Yeah, between this and, honestly, Bar Talk is...
Bar Talk is back, yeah.
Bar Talk is back, and
Jordan
Bar Talk is working really well.
Yeah, Jordan had his baby.
And, 2 months after that, Jordan realized he can leave the house and do other things besides take pictures of his baby.
It's a really... I know. It's a tough time.
I know.
You always...
Like, I don't...
The first one always gets way more attention.
I don't know. I was the first one, so
Yeah.
I don't really... I just assumed that was normal.
You got all the attention, and your brother hates you for it.
He hates me for lots of reasons. He's lived with me for 30 years. I broke his foot once.
I feel like all our
normal.
older siblings hurt us. I get hit in the face with a shovel.
Yeah.
So we had... we've had a big push. And Old Colony Cast is back and still working on the format.
We're working on the format, but it's one of those things where...
It's better to keep it going than just
It's always
shelve
better,
it.
yeah, because when you shelve it, then it's just gone and nobody thinks of
Right.
it. Nobody looks at it anymore.
And we've had some decent guests.
Yeah.
And I definitely think it's going to take a very Plymouth 400 flavor to it over the course of the next couple of years. It's going to be hard not to do that.
It's going to be really hard to do anything local that's not...
Yeah. But we've had some really good... Who was your favorite podcast this year?
God.
No, we didn't have God. I mean, that would have been an awesome guest. But he won't return my emails. Thanks, God!
I don't know. I'm more concerned. I think that having God show up on the podcast would be a bit of a blow to my atheism.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's
but I feel like I would accept that. Like
it's admittedly, yeah.
I'd be like,
that's one of
okay,
those-
I'm wrong, and
it's
he's
one of
on our
those things,
podcast first.
You've shown evidence. I'm willing to buy that. And, oh God, who the heck is my?
Hello, fish. It's me, God.
Look, just
The
'cause
listeners don't know.
just because that's what you title the emails does not make it true.
Oh, that's right. I do, don't I?
Yeah. It's like you've received an email from God. God is publishing the Inebri-art internal newsletter.
Yes. So
He's our IT guy.
If you work for Inebri-art, God is our head of marketing, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
That's right. I forgot I did that.
Okay, God, I don't even know who my favorite episode would be. It's tough.
It's tough. We had a lot of really,
We've had a lot of
good
really
ones.
guests. Some of them I wasn't super there for, but they were still really cool interviews.
Yeah.
Like I liked Gangsta Grass. I wish it had been longer, but that was kind of
That was just a
you know.
technical issue.
Yeah, what do you mean you need to be able to hear each other over the band? I can hear you just fine on the mic.
The worst part is I disassembled all the equipment and packed it up,
And then
it quieted down.
it's like, God damn it.
And then I got all the like great information about them.
Yeah.
But they're very warm people, and they're like, oh, if we're back in town, we'll do this again. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a live and learn kind of moment.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time with the new setup, and
Yeah.
I mean this is our third set of
Yeah,
recording
we
equipment in 2
upgraded
years. Yeah, we
our sound equipment
that's
again.
a
Hopefully
huge deal.
Hopefully people can hear
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah, we'll have to get Dan Kern back just to get that like constant improvement of
Well,
like,
Dan Curran was always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
the last
he's
20 minutes of his
always
was
the most-
really good.
we did Tina this year too, right?
Tina Scott was
Yeah,
on there.
I think that's
She was.
I'd probably
like
say
that was
that's
an-
our most. I don't want to say important because it
No,
flies in the
I
face.
feel like it.
It's the most meaningful.
Yeah.
It's probably the most like touched I've ever been by
Yeah.
any of the podcasts.
And people actually reached out to her afterwards.
yeah,
Kind of like, thank you for talking about, those issues.
Yeah.
I struggle myself kind of thing. So
and that she was comfortable enough with the two of us that she was willing to.
she seems very open about it.
She seems very open about it, but it's still one of those things that it's not always super comfortable to talk about, and it's always.
Yeah. She's a doll. I loved having her
Yeah,
on.
she's
That's probably one of my top
yeah. I think
all-time
that's
favorite episodes because of that.
yes. It's definitely our again most meaningful. It's probably the best.
It
way to
was
describe
like,
it. It's the most emotionally resonant.
Yeah. It was the
Like we've had ones that have gone screaming off the rails and been an
it
absolute
was the
riot.
Inebri-art after school special.
Yeah, and we didn't have to stick anyone in a fridge. Punky
What?
Brewster.
That was an
That was a very special episode. I'm sorry.
That's just Punky Brewster.
That was a very special episode of Punky Brewster.
I guess.
Yeah.
So we have that. What the hell else happened this year?
Oh, probably lots.
Oh man, it's been so crazy this year.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's been a blur. What are you looking forward to year 3?
God, I don't know. More but bigger is probably the best way to say it.
More but bigger?
Like-
that's kind of like the same thing.
It is, but like just that constant growth of everything we're doing is getting kind of on a bigger scale.
Yes.
Like the live drawings are a lot bigger.
Mhm.
The art shows are getting to the point where we actually might have to start curating, which is
Oh man, the one
Goddamn
we did
weird.
in October. We had
we basically were at that stage where it's like we can barely.
we had what, like 70 pieces.
Yeah, we had like 70 pieces and
I think if we
70,
just
74, something like that.
I think if we just put a size limitation and maybe a quantity limitation,
Yeah.
I think that'll sort that out.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like having 70 pieces, but it's
just one of those.
those last like
Those
5.
last 5 are going, I don't know where to put this.
Yeah.
I don't know where to
It
put
was
this
like
either.
there's a giant piece and I don't know what to do with it. And I don't feel like dealing with it, so I'm just gonna wait and then figure it out at the very end.
Yeah.
But we were also sorting that out like an
Like
hour,
an hour and a half after we start.
yeah.
Well, it's tough when, you don't realize it's the year before, not even the year, the 6 months before we got in 34, and that was the new high.
We more than doubled.
And then we come back, and it's like, hey, you got 75 pieces to fit in the exact same space. It was pretty full at 30-something.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, guys.
But we managed.
We made it work. It looked good. Everyone seems to have a good time when they're there, which is...
We gave away
Flipping
an
vital.
all-time high of money. I don't remember. It was like $400 or $500.
Oh, yeah.
In prize money. Excuse my hiccups.
That's fine. We'll take that out in post. Or making a new ringtone. Either way.
My hiccups?
Yes.
That sounds like a very dull ringtone.
Oh, I've heard worse.
Yeah, so that was huge. And even the fall one, that was a great one too.
Yeah.
And now we've added locations that we're hanging art now.
We're hanging at Malabar now.
Yeah, since we recorded last time.
Did we just start there? Had we been recording at Malabar? Had they even been open?
No. So the Malabar's new.
Malabar's new.
Kogi, we're going to be hanging.
Kogi is so new we haven't actually hung there yet.
Yeah, that's within. I was down there today measuring the wall.
Okay.
And of course, got some questions from the bartender.
Why are you standing up there?
Those questions being, why are you measuring our wall? No, I used an app.
Okay.
It's a very cool app.
Okay.
And so it's cool. I got to explain to her what I was doing.
Yeah.
We have an artist pick for it, and we're ready to go. It's just a matter of him getting his art ready.
Yeah.
And sorting all that out. We also picked up Seeley's Hair Salon in South Plymouth, where we're hanging a couple pieces. And that's about ready to be swapped out. We have a lot of photography.
Yeah. Which is nice.
But I feel like that's a trend.
Yeah.
With digital photography, I feel like there's more and more people doing photography, which is great, but it's also one of those, you don't want to be like, photography's not cool, but it's like, just like anything else, just like we don't want all photographers or all
execution.
Music. We want a variety.
Yeah.
You know? So it's always a bit of a struggle to keep a variety going. Mm-hmm. And then, so we're always looking for new places.
Yeah, I was looking for new places. I was looking for new people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the art receptions at these places, I feel like, has taken a significant jump.
It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more. Again, it's just that next. It's that constant growth, that constant doing what we're doing on a bigger scale than we had either planned or expected when we started, or wanted on some level.
Well, I don't know about wanted. Okay.
Because
initially when we started Inebri-art, it wasn't even called Inebri-art.
It was just us, hey, let's go drink in the bar.
When it became Inebri-art, I wanted it to be something that would allow me to get out of my shitty retail job. Mm-hmm. And now it's just a really strong community of artists that, you know, when we have these receptions, the artists come out to support the other artists, and it's very family, it's very locally, towny. It just feels like a really solid group of people.
It is. It's like, I don't really think we ever expected to be such a Plymouth-centric when we started.
No, not really.
Because, I mean, out of the original artists, you were the only one who lived in Plymouth. Well, you and Kate were the only ones who lived in Plymouth.
Yeah. Well, Monster has
He's got Plymouth ties, but he lives,
Routes? That's not the word I was looking for. Roots is the word I'm looking for.
Nope, routes.
Has someone been drinking since noon? Yes. Can you tell who that person is?
God, I hope so. I don't know. This is the most they've heard my voice in years, so maybe not.
And the royal we again, has been appearing on other podcasts.
Yeah.
A couple of times now. And even the podcast in general is getting more clout. I remember when we started Old Colony that part of it was we wanted to just call it the Plymouth Podcast, and someone at the same time started the Plymouth Podcast. And that just disappeared. It ran for like 4 weeks and just vanished. So I'm going to ask you this kind of on the program.
Sure.
Would you have rathered the name Plymouth Podcast, or do you like the idea of the Old Colony Cast, kind of where it expands beyond Plymouth?
I prefer the Old Colony Cast because, one, I think it alliterates differently, but...
Well, the Plymouth Podcast.
I know, but at the same time, don't look at me. I wanted the Pilgrims Podcast, but you said no.
I don't like that, though.
I know,
That
but I
sounds goofy.
did. Yeah, because we're not goofy.
We are super serious.
Sorry,
I'm
sorry. That made no sense. I didn't know how to process that.
Yeah.
But I think that giving us a broader range beyond Plymouth and letting us kind of get into the rest of the area, when we start getting into the rest of the area would be...
I feel like it frees us up to not be so focused.
It gives us a lot more range. It lets us go down the Cape. It lets us go to the rest of the South Shore. Mm-hmm. It lets us hit stuff in like New Bedford and down the Cape. And
we can kind of just go wherever
heading
we want.
back up to, the Bridgewaters and Weymouth. And heck, if you want to go bug people in Whitman and annoy people you went to school with, that's fine.
No, not really.
It's no excuse, Andy. Yeah.
I don't feel like anyone I went to school with was doing anything exciting. Yeah,
fair.
class of 93.
Man. So, happy 25th
Go
reunion.
Fuck yourself. But we've definitely gotten more, and it's such a weird thing, but we've gotten more pull,
Well, I think the fact that we have any pull is still kind of not sitting.
It's a very weird thing.
It's a lot of double think when you're going, oh God, people know who I am.
People know who you are, and
People
kind of
care who I am.
Kind of have like expectations, and have heard of
people. Yeah,
us.
people know who I am. People give a shit who I am.
Yeah, it's a
and
very
not just
weird
as
feeling.
that annoying guy at the bar.
So it's kind of like what do they call it? Imposter syndrome.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
that like why do you like?
But that's been going on since like week 3 when Steve came up and said, "Hey, you're the guy with the podcast," and we're saying we've had like 2 episodes.
But I was downtown at like the information center.
Yeah.
And
will you put your phone on silent?
It's my phone. It's
It's
buzzy.
your
I don't
phone.
think it's registering. No one told me the rules.
You made the rules.
I didn't really make them. They just seem to make sense. All right. It's there. It's on. No. There we go. It's on silent now.
Thank you. It's fine. It's not like we've done literally 100 of these. 100. We're coming up on like 150 episodes.
Between all of them?
Yeah.
Probably. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's just pretty ridiculous in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of...
I think 125 right now.
Oh, man. That's
Like,
a lot.
I think we've got 125 episodes out.
Yeah.
Between the Bar Talk and Old Colony, because they're at like 50.
They're about a dozen each.
Yeah, we're more. I think we're at about $1.25.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I've edited 120 something episodes of this shit.
Well, are you even counting Jam Packed in there?
No, because I don't edit those.
Yeah. So that's like another
those
30 or so.
I just upload, listen.
Yeah.
Call it a day. I just do the blurb. It's fine. I'm their most dedicated listener. I've heard all their episodes.
And so the stats look a little weird, but I've talked to people.
Yeah.
And because of Facebook, that's the religious version of Facebook. Because of Facebook, why don't you talk for a while?
Because I don't know what you're talking about.
I assume because
of the Facebook analytics, people listening through Facebook don't always count as just
Well, it's one of those. They've changed their algorithms,
and they don't count as separate listens anymore. So the numbers have gone down a bit.
I don't know if it's separate listens, but I don't think our reach is as far as it used to be,
which is a shame.
Like I don't think we're showing up as in many feeds, and Facebook is very pay to play now.
Yeah, and we're not Russia, so we're not paying to play right now.
Right. Yeah. So that's a little unfortunate, but I still think that we continue to grow, we continue to put out episodes.
Yeah.
What would you like to see next year? Like, is there
is there in general, or for the podcast?
For the podcast, is there a guest that you think is achievable?
Oh, jeez,
that you want to get. Like, who's your get for next year?
I don't even know what show.
The Inebri-art one.
Okay, because we have 2 that we actually have to work on.
Did you just kick me, or was that the dog?
It's the dog.
The dog just kicked me in the knee.
I'm not going to kick. Yeah, I'm not going to kick you because there's a dog in the way. I'm not going to kick the dog. I'm not going to kick Josie. Okay, Josie moved. Now watch your shins.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, for our listeners, we're recording in my dining room opposed to the normal craft beer cellar.
Not that bringing Josie to the craft beer cellar would be impossible, but
Oh, they wouldn't care at all.
no. I don't know. I don't
So
know
your
who
get for next year?
I'm working on. I don't really know because I don't know who would be like a reasonable get. At the same time, holy crap, we just recorded with D. Snyder, so it's like I think it depends on what shows we end up at and who we can get from those shows. Like if we end up at a con and we can get like a random B tier guest, that'd be cool as hell.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those I don't know where we're going or what we're doing beyond a couple of shows.
We have been invited to some more events.
Yeah.
We do have, let's see, the Martha's Vineyard Craft Beer Festival will be there.
Good work on Martha.
Martha.
Why did you say Martha? It's funny because
Superman, Batman reference.
I'm more worried that it never occurred to me until he said that. Going, oh shit, yeah, their moms have the same name. Why the fuck do their moms have the same name?
Stupidest.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
So dumb.
Like, no offense, they're not good movies.
No, they're really bad. So Martha's Vineyard Craft Beer Festival.
Yeah,
will be there. So that's exciting. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, and I lived in this area my whole life.
And that weirds. Then again, I've been twice in 3.5 decades, so it's not like I've got a whole lot on you.
I just never had a reason to go.
No, now we do. There's beer there.
Yes, there's beer and people to talk to, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That is kind of our motivational tools.
We've been invited to a comic book show in New Hampshire. You look at me like I didn't tell you this.
Did
I not tell you this?
No, this is new. Would this be on next month's email?
Yeah, no, like it's going to be like this week's email because I didn't, because that's what it was. We got invited last week in a Scaricon.
Okay, yeah,
and I didn't send you out an email.
No.
So God didn't inform you.
God didn't inform me, nor did Andy in the 3 times I've seen him in the last week.
Do you want me to inform you right now?
I would appreciate being told at all, yeah.
Fish, keep talking.
Oh, good. Now I'm monologuing because Andy did not bring his little book with him. He doesn't actually know where the hell he's going or what he's doing. I'm honestly, on some level, if he ever loses that, it would be the saddest thing ever, and Inebri-art would have to fold because he would not know where the hell he was supposed to be at all.
The thing is not even that book.
Oh my god, he's got this.
No, the flyer's in here.
Oh, cool. We got a flyer?
Yeah. So.
All right. We have been invited to the Southern New Hampshire Comic Book Bash.
Yes.
For Halloween.
Yes. And it is Saturday, October 20th at the Holiday Inn Hotel and Suites, Route
Nashua,
3, Exit 4, Nashua, New Hampshire. And do you know what is cool about that location?
It's Nashua, so no.
They have a fucking pirate ship.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
inside
cool.
The building.
Is it like in the pool, or is it just
it's like in the bar restaurant area?
I'm going to say real, but you know what I mean.
Yes, it's a real pirate ship.
No, I just didn't know if it was like brought in from the.
Like you can go and walk up onto it and have drinks on the pirate ship.
I'm sold. I'm entirely sold. October 20th. I'm not busy. Is it it's a 1-day thing? It's a
1-day thing. Drive up, hang out, record, drive back. I don't know if they have. You know what? Let's look right now. Fish monologue.
Okay. So right now, Andy, let's see. There's an after party.
And these guys are big partiers, so it's a lot of fun.
So should we plan on staying the night?
Maybe. We can probably look into that.
On just the assumption of if we're doing an after party from 7 to midnight, I don't want to have to drive from New Hampshire back to Plymouth, back to Bridgewater, and get home and then have to go to work in an hour and a half.
So I'm pulling up the website now to see if they've announced guests.
Okay.
And I typed it correctly so I didn't get porn.
Why would you get...
Because have you seen the way I spell?
Not. Okay, fine. Look, just because 75% of the internet is.
I don't know. Hang on. Billy Tucci.
Billy Tucci.
Isn't that what I said?
I'm thinking of Stanley Tucci. Hold on, I gotta.
Let's see. Quick bio. American Legion. No, that's not.
Oh, the artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Schnepp, Schnepp, PP. He's made original programming for Cartoon Network, FX, MTV, Nickelodeon, Spike TV, and Comedy Central. Rich Woodall, who I happen to know personally, he's a good guy. Nick Bradshaw. Adam Miller's going to be there.
See, the weird thing is,
which I find very strange because I didn't know he did the shows anymore.
No, but on the other hand, we should probably get him on because it's the only way we're going to get him.
Yeah, we will definitely interview him.
Either that or actually have to drive up to the North Shore to interview a guy.
Well, we're working on that too.
Yeah.
This is interesting. They have a code of conduct.
Ooh.
But so you guys can check it out. It's snhcomicbash.com. I'm sure they'll have more guests coming the closer they get.
Yeah.
And we'll share some information about them. Yeah. So, good bunch of guys that run that show. I've done shows for them before.
Okay. Who is it?
Drunk Randy and Christian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Super nice people. A lot of fun. It'll be a good time. So we'll be there recording. We'll be at the craft beer event on Martha's Vineyard. We may be at ScareCon, New York. I don't even know when the date of that is.
Hopefully not October 20th.
Yeah, so October's a busy month, so who knows where we'll be.
We'll be around.
Yeah.
And... Yeah. And also on the 7th and 8th.
We're going to be at the Wickford, Rhode Island Arts Festival. That's right. That was so close, I forgot about it.
Well, we'll have already been there by now, by the time this goes up.
Mm. That is true. So we'll have more episodes coming up.
Yeah.
With artists and creators at that event. Probably some public people, just talking about the event itself.
Which is kind of some of the most fun.
Yeah. It's like the 57th one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is, it's been around.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure Hopfest is coming up. We'll probably do that again, provided I don't break my ankle again.
Oh, please. Didn't stop us last time.
That's true, but that was not my best episode.
Look, we've learned to eat beforehand. Since it's not a food and beer expo, there will not actually be the amount of food we need to not get tanked on free beer. Showing up every 15 minutes. God bless you, Lord Hobo.
Thank you, John, Lord Hobo. So we've got a lot going on. All right, so we just got distracted. Oh, wait. What?
The shows?
The shows.
We're talking about
what shows we're doing?
Yeah, we're talking about shows we're doing.
We just finished that.
I don't know had we moved on yet?
We're moving on now.
Well, let's move on then.
All right. So we got a little distracted. Some friends showed up. And so let's see. Things coming up this year.
Yep.
Of course, we're going to continue our life drawing at New World Tavern the first Monday. Sasha, hey, knock it off. Hey, come here. Dog wants some attention. This is the first barking we've ever had on the podcast. So we're going to continue the life drawing first Monday and third Wednesday of every month at the New World Tavern. Yep. We're looking at maybe doing some photography events, so that'll be interesting.
That should be fun.
That's still in planning phase. Should I kind of announce the other thing that we don't even really have dates yet for?
Oh, God, yes.
So it looks like we're going to be bringing the Rocky Horror Picture Show to Plymouth, hopefully starting in August. The dates will, of course, be posted on our Facebook, and I suppose I'll update the calendar on the website, like I'm supposed to.
Oh, good. So my mom will know what's going on.
Yeah, so your mom will know what's going on. It'll be in the newsletter. Your mom gets the newsletter.
Okay, yeah. That's how I found out we had a newsletter.
That one's not from God, though. That one's just from Inebri-art. And is there something else I'm forgetting? I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
we still have the daily drawing challenge is going strong.
Yeah, that seems to be getting consistently.
Yeah, we have sponsors lined up to up until August. Mm-hmm. So we got tons of prizes to give away, and I'm hoping to do something else for Winterfest.
Oh, well,
Fingers
I think
crossed.
they've already told us we're doing something else for Winterfest. So.
More or less.
It's likely we're asked. We're just being told.
Yeah.
Because it's okay Tatum, and we're not going to say no.
So, and always the most important thing is thank you to our listeners for making 2 years of podcasting. If we weren't getting listeners, we'd just be talking to each other, and no one wants to talk to fish.
No, there's a reason that you don't hear me very often. It's like it would not be us. It would not be him talking to me. It would be just him talking and me like napping in the background and just letting him monologue for an hour.
Yeah. So, like, the most important thing you can do to help out is rate us on iTunes. Tell your friends about us. Force people to listen to us. Tie them down. Make them download our episode.
Play these episodes in your business.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All the time. Just loop them. It's fine.
People may leave.
Don't shake your head at us,
but
Kate.
It's fine. And, so force people to listen to the podcast because, they don't know they like it.
They don't know they like us until they're forced to like us.
It's kind of brainwashing, but we'll take it.
Yeah, we're not proud.
And so that's it. Put a cap on year 2.
Okay.
All right. On to next year. All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcast. There's the Bar Talk podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebri-art podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast to that too. You can contact us at Inebri-art@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter at Inebri-art. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is, you can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.